Hello guys, today is a weird day, because you know what we're doing? We're doing an iceberg, and I have not researched before, so I have no idea what any of this means, so I'm going to have to search in the video. So,
This is the thing the Titanic crashed on.
oh my god. Can you just research for me so I don't have to?
No.
I hate you.
I hate myself too.
Okay. Thank you. Do it now. Okay. So first we're going to cover the first layer. So the first thing is the American Revolution. Everyone knows what the American Revolution is.
For the revolution.
Just watch Hamilton. That's all you need to know.
Hit that accordion, the revolution, guys.
Okay, Donald Trump. Donald Trump was the 45th president of the United States. He was a very bad president, and he's going to get arrested.
President impeached.
He got impeached 69 times.
I gave him my peach.
Peach, you're so cool.
That's so cool.
With my star, we're gonna...
Oh,
Okay, Mount Rushmore is... I hope you all know what Mount Rushmore is.
it's a mountain.
Oof.
I'm so good.
I forgot who these people are. I think it's George Washington. La, la, la.
Washington. Abraham Lincoln.
People's names there. Okay, George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Teddy Roosevelt, and Abraham Lincoln. Why did they all of a sudden go like 23 presidents and then go back 10?
Count to 10. I don't know.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's 10 commandments. Why is this just a picture of Theodore Roosevelt looking at me?
Yes, that's the reason why.
10 reasons why. Okay. Number 4. Republicans.
Political party.
Yes. George Washington was the first president of the United States and fought in the
Revolutionary War.
I don't know why I blanked on the name. And the 7 Years' War. Yes. Democrats is another political party. Vietnam War was a war that my uncle was born in.
And my country wasn't involved in it.
Yeah, because
Actually, I don't know if Britain
we
was
won
involved
against
in
you,
that.
boy. Get back. Okay,
We were fighting the Argentinians.
no, just Vietnam War. I'll read from the Wikipedia. The Vietnam War was a conflict in Vietnam, Laos, and Cambodia from November 1st, 1955 to the fall of Saigon on April 30th, 1975. It was the second of the Indochina Wars and was especially fought between North Vietnam and South Vietnam. There.
History lesson.
You just got a history lesson because of me.
Battle of Gettysburg. What the hell is that?
Okay.
Enlightenment.
Alexander Hamilton. Just watch Hamilton. The Battle of Gettysburg. I forgot what the Battle of Gettysburg was. The Battle of Gettysburg was fought July 1 to 3rd, 1863, and around the town of Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, by Union and Confederate forces during the Civil War. It was won by George Meade. George Washington. La 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 la. Okay.
George Meade.
Okay, Barack Obama.
The American president.
black
The
president we
44th
had.
one.
For 8 years, we had him longer than the entire Confederate States of America. His parents did not love him.
Is that true?
That's what I remember.
He's making speculations.
I like my calculations. They're giving me faces. Teacher said I fail. I proceeded to wail. Okay, so Barack Obama is a president, a black president who we had for the longer than the entire Confederate States of America. FDR is disabled? Question mark. I feel like this is gonna be an hour long, and I don't care. He was diagnosed with poliomyelitis and underwent several years of therapy, including hydrotherapy and worm spring startup. Roosevelt remained paralyzed from the waist down and relied on a wheelchair and leg brace for mobility, while she took efforts to conceal in public. There. I just gave y'all a whole history lesson. I hope you're happy.
If you do your doctor, say to you.
Shut up! Abraham Lincoln is the 16th President of the United States, who was assassinated on April 15th, 1865 by John Wilkes
I
Booth.
think it was the 16th. I'm saying it was the 16th.
It was the 15th. His son witnessed 3 presidents dying. Okay. He signed the Iceberg. He was born 5 years after Hamilton died.
Very useful.
Yes. JFK assassination. There's a JFK assassination game. On Friday, November 26, 1963, John F. Kennedy, the 35th President of the United States, was assassinated at 12:30 p.m. CST in Dallas, Texas, while riding in his vehicle. It's a convertible, as you can see right here. This is a very dumb idea to ride in convertible when you're a president.
He was fatally shot in the head and in the neck, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Everyone was watching. I wonder if we could find a live...
No, we're not playing that.
We're gonna get canceled. George W. Bush was a president. The Civil War was a war to free slaves that Abraham Lincoln... Ow.
Abraham Lincoln.
Civil War. That's what got me Civil War.
It's not gonna come up with it.
The American Civil War was a civil war in the United States. It was fought between the Union and the Confederacy, the latter formed by states that had seceded.
Yeah, if I look up Civil War, it comes up with the English Civil War.
Joe Biden is the current president of the United States. Manifest destiny. A phrase coined in 1845 is the idea that the United States is destined by God, its advocates believe, to expand its dominion and spread democracy and capitalism across the entire North American continent. Cold War, close calls. False alarm. You want to read these?
What do you want me to read?
Do you see my stream? So you can read like this.
Also, one of the Soviet attack. During the Suez crisis, British and French forces attacked Egypt in an attempt to wrestle back control of Suez Canal. Soviet government proposed to the U.S. that they combine nuclear forces to stop the attack. While considering this, the U.S. were elected to apparent unidentified aircraft flying over Turkey, Soviet planes flying over Syria. A British bomber plane crashing to the ground and Soviet ships maneuvering in a way that signaled an attack.
The U.S. feared that this might trigger a nuclear strike against the Soviet Union by NATO. However, this threat was finally defused when it was realized that all events were coincidental or misinterpreted. The identified aircraft over Turkey were swans. The Soviet plane was an escort for a Syrian president. The British bomber had experienced mechanical issues, and the Soviet fleets were doing regular exercises. And that's one of them.
Albuquerque, New Mexico.
What?
The Kirkland Air Force Base accident.
On Friday, Albuquerque, New Mexico, 87104, a bomb somehow fell through the bomb bay doors of a B-36 aircraft transporting a nuclear weapon from Texas to New Mexico. The bomb fell some 1,700 feet into a field south of Kirtland Air Force Base, exploding and creating a crater 12 feet deep and 25 feet across. Luckily, the nuclear capsule had been separated from the conventional explosives during transport for safety during transit, meaning that the damage was far less than it could have been. Only casualty of the accident was a nearby grazing cow. R.I.P.
Rip the cow, I have a question.
Okay.
Could we split this into 2 parts?
Let's do, how about this? We go to the third one, and then the other, let's go to this. How about we cover the first 5, so we only have 5 more to do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Teddy Roosevelt asthma.
I knew he had asthma. I have asthma.
I spelled asthma wrong.
He had it since he was a child.
Like many patients, his entire relatively quiescent taste during adolescence coincident with initiation of a vigorous exercise person when TR was 12 years old. Nevertheless, TR continued to suffer serious asthma exacerbations both in adolescence and adulthood. Number 15. James Madison Manlett.
I first saw it and I thought it said James Madison married. That's his height, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, he's 5'4". He's the same height as my mother.
Oh.
Electoral College. The Electoral College is how we refer to the process by which the United States elects the president, even though that term does not appear in the new U.S. state's constitution. In this process, the states elect a president and vice president. Okay. Is it Bill Clinton scandal? Okay, Bill Clinton scandal. Bill
Alexander Hamilton scandal.
Yes, scandal. If it doesn't show anything, I'm skipping the... Lewinsky scandal.
I just read it all. Oh my god.
Involving Bill Clinton, the President of the United States, and Monica Lewinsky, a White House intern. Their relationship began in 1995 when Clinton was 49 years old and Lewinsky was 22 years old. Bro, this is worse than Alexander Hamilton. And
I
Lewinsky
know.
was 22 years old.
He was
And lasted
34 when she was 23
What?
for Hamilton. Hamilton was 34, Mary Reynolds was 23.
So wait. He was 27 years older than her. So when he was 27, she was 0 years old. Oh God. Okay.
Yeah.
Wigs. Is that supposed to say wigs? Like the wigs? Whigs. Oh, it's a political faction. Was derived from the English anti-monarchist party and was an attempt to portray Jackson as King Andrew. The Whigs were one of the two major political parties in the United States from the late 1830s through the early 1850s. This is the most Millard Fillmore, Zachary Taylor, Mr. Beast. Reagan assassination attempt. I told you about this before. The guy who tried to assassinate Ronald Reagan has a YouTube channel, actually.
Does he?
Yeah.
What was his channel?
He's 67 now.
Damn.
I've subscribed to him. Bro went from trying to assassinate a president to making music. That's a good glow up.
Evolution.
So he tried to assassinate Ronald Reagan in 1980, I think. Okay. Burr killed Hamilton. Just watch Hamilton. Grant was a drunk. President.
I think everyone knows Burr killed Hamilton.
What?
I think that's what Burr was famous for. Killing Hamilton.
He's continued to wrestle with alcohol after 1865. Liquor reduced Grant to a rebelling, childlike state. Okay. Carter Peanut. Carter Peanut. Who is Stop. Carter Peanut.
That's what you just said, Carter Peanut.
It's Jimmy Carter's Peanut.
That's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
This is the pinnacle of Peanut.
He looks like Mr. Peanut.
Why is there always a car next to it? Jimmy Carter just flexing how many cars he got.
Alright. Prohibition party. I've spelled prohibition wrong.
It's to do with alcohol.
Phil Collins! Yeah. The Prohibition Party is a political party in the United States known for its historic opposition to the sale or consumption of alcoholic beverages, and as an integral part of the temperance movement. It still is the existing third party in the United States and the third longest active party. It's won by Phil Collins, the drummer. I'm kidding. Great Depression was when the stock markets crashed in the 1920s. Britain burned down the White House. Thank you very much, bro.
You're welcome, man.
Thank you so much.
Do it.
Thank you for burning down my...
I'll do it again.
Silent Cal. Calvin Coolidge, Silent Cal.
I guess it's a nickname.
Yeah, it's just Calvin Coolidge's nickname. I don't understand why it's so low. Like, oh my god, he's called Silent Cal. Monroe unopposed. James Monroe unopposed. He taking place at the height of the era of good feelings, directions out incompetent Democratic Republican.
This image refers to somebody with charged.
James Monroe, the free election without a major project. It was the third most recent United States presidential election in which a presidential candidate ran effectively unopposed. Country made a difficult choice. Jefferson has my vote. Millard Fillmore. Actually, no. Yeah. Millard Fillmore was the president. That's all you need to know. Just look him up.
Yeah. Wasn't he the 11th or something? Or am I tripping?
He's the 13th. He was like 3 before Mr. Lincoln.
Mr. Beast!
Remember the Maine to hell with Maine. What is this? Became a rallying cry for action. Although the main explosion was not a direct cause, it served as a catalyst that accelerated the events leading up to the war. Maine is described as an armored cruiser or second-class battleship, depending on the source.
Guessing the Spanish sunk them.
Spain. USS Maine is a ship. Oh, okay. Bleeding Kansas.
That's when everyone moved to Kansas and they all committed mass genocide.
3 distinct political groups occupied Kansas. Both safely free staters and abolitionists. Violence broke out immediately between these opposing factions and continued into 1861 when Kansas entered the Union as a free state on January 29th. This era became forever known as Bleeding Kansas. Is that Walter White?
Jesse.
Watergate. Watergate.
There's water in some gate. There's a gate in the water.
No. The Watergate scandal was a major political scandal in the United States involving the administration of President Richard Nixon from attempts to... Okay, so, like, he stole some, like... He stole, like, private information. Richard Nixon. Anti-administration party. Be like... The Anti-Administration Party was a formal political faction in the United States led by James Madison and Thomas Jefferson that opposed policies of then Secretary of Treasury Alexander Hamilton and the first term of U.S. President George Washington. La 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 la.
I had the word Anti-Administration Party.
Henry on Rana. So I guess they just didn't like Alexander Hamilton that they made an entire anti-administration party. John Wolfe is a person who assassinated Abraham Lincoln. John Brow's raid. Immigrant, this is somebody we chose. John Brow's raid on Harper's Ferry was an effort by abolitionist John Brown from October 16th to 18th, 1859 to initiate a slave revolt in the southern states by taking over the United States arsenal at Harper's Ferry, New Virginia. It has been called the dress rehearsal for a tragic prelude to the Civil War. I keep opening like 16 tabs. What the heck? All of a sudden I blink and I have like 7 tabs open. I like Ike because Dwight D. Eisenhower's slogan, 54 or degrees for you or fight. It's a popular slogan that led Polk to victory against all odds.
Mr. Beast?
William Henry Harrison died in 30 days. So he was president, and 30 days later he died. Bombing Cambodia.
It's what's the I'm thinking US drop bombs.
Yeah, US drop bombs on Cambodia.
Yeah.
Because they're poopy heads.
They're showing the Vietnam War, I'm pretty sure.
Are actually in war, no WMDs. I guess it's to restrict anything that they don't have. Franklin Pierce is a president.
Oh, wow, Bertie.
There, it's a tragic life of a dope face. For no Jack Kennedy.
When you played that gave me a heart attack. I was looking at something else that gave me a heart attack.
You're no Jack Kennedy. There's a remark made during the United States Vice Presidential debate by Democratic candidate Senator Lloyd Bentsen to Republican candidate Senator Dan Quayle to whatever. Yeah. Rutherford Hayes won by 1 vote. Excluding the four candidate 1824 election, Hayes' margin of victory of one electoral vote has never been matched as of 2020, while no other winning candidate has ever lost a popular vote by more than 1 point until the 2016 election.
Damn.
Skill issue. I just threw my tab into a different place.
Skill issue. I can say it as well.
Oh. Govern Eagleton? Chose a young senator as his running mate. Mitt Romney relied on the executions funds and wading through a mountain paperwork. Convention chaos 1000. Today, conventions are stripping. We went through the convention various and as we could sustain our foundations. Former Colorado Senator Gary Hart, who served as McGovern's campaign manager, tells me it's on all things considered host Guy Ross. I'm not gonna read this. You guys could just read this yourself because I'm not doing this.
I say don't read it every time. Let them read some of it.
Ross, can you write? You dropped out.
Do you want me to read? Do you want me to read?
Yeah, read.
He dropped out in July 1992 amid controversy, but re-entered in October, participating in all three presidential debates as polling members never fully recovered from his initial exit, despite his aggressive use of commercials and primetime television.
Yeah, there. Seminole Wars. Seminole Wars were a series of 3 military conflicts between the United States and the Seminoles that took place in Florida between about 1816 and 1858. Grant and Lee fought together in the Mexican-American War. Charles Lee? Lee and
Oh, my general.
Lee and Grant wouldn't face each other on the battlefield until 3 years into the Civil War. The first battle was deemed a draw by Grant keep pushing. The two armies battled their way through Virginia to Spotsylvania courthouse in Cold Harbor. Who is Charles Lee? Maybe?
Charles Lee.
I'm a general. No. Okay, I have no idea who Lee is. Let's figure it out.
Down in Philadelphia.
McKinley assassination. McKinley was assassinated by Lindsay Goals in 1901. James Garland was assassinated by a crazy man.
How'd you know this?
Because I know facts. He shot at the Baltimore and Potomac Railroad Station in Washington, D.C. on July. He had a major memorial in Garfield's election victory, for which he should have been awarded with a consulship. Submitted by the Garfield's administration for rejections of his applications to serve in Vietnam. Instead, he decided to kill Garfield. Poor Garfield. Why'd they have to kill Garfield?
But didn't do anything.
Barbary Wars. Were a series of 2 wars fought against the United States, Sweden, and the Kingdom of Sicily against the barbarian states of North Africa in the early 19th century. Sweden had been at war with Tripolitan since 1800 and was joined by the newly independent U.S. Burr conspiracy. What happened to Aaron Burr, sir?
Oh, he was arrested in, yeah, he was, so I'm trying to think, I know he was arrested in,
okay, so
I can't remember, in the Louisiana Territory. He was trying to detach the western states.
Ah. James Buchanan is a president, and he had no wife and no children.
Aaron Burr once,
The grassy knoll.
And then wanted to
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's 10 commandments. So
I have to go in like 10 minutes.
alright. Fatally shot in 1963. Secretary, Liberal Republican Party.
It's a political party.
It's political party. Zachary Taylor died from cherries. Poisonous cherries. Bacteria were most likely present in the water or ice milk Taylor drank, though other sources claim that Taylor died from gastroenteritis caused by the highly acidic cherries combined with fresh milks. Others suspect food poisoning or typhoid fever. So yeah. Alf Landon. Alf Landon is a governor of Kansas. There. I don't know. He was just the governor of Kansas, okay? I said Kansas.
Yes.
I said Kansas. Teapot Dome scandal. Minister of the United States President James bribery scandal. It was a bribery scandal. Okay, so it's a bribery scandal. Navy Petroleum. No nothings. I have no idea what no nothings are, but let's see. The No Nothing Party. Native American Party. It's just the American Party. Okay, so it's just Native American. I think. Hanging John Calhoun. Oh God. Okay. On a cold wet day, and then by Richard head behind it's in help forcefully kind of use his camp, but he remained defiant. As Orange pulled out a second pistol again, took in. Jackson charges his assailant with his cane held high. I don't know where. So someone tried to hang John C. Calhoun.
He started the Civil War.
Who? Hanging John Calhoun? I have no idea. He threatened. Andrew Jackson tried to hang his vice president.
Oh.
Charles Kurtz was Native American. We can't see if he was Native American because he's black-white. Member of the current nation, Byron Caris Tronzite. Kurt was the first Native American and first person to be acknowledged non-European ancestry to reach of the highest offices in the federal executive branch. 31st Vice President. Well, Jesus. William Ryan lost 3 times, I think. Jennings Bryan. Bryan remains the only individual since the Civil War to lose 3 separate U.S. presidential elections as a major party nominee. Skill issue. How is this not that bad of a color? This was from 1896. This doesn't look that bad quality.
That's not bad. If I haven't seen the date, I'd say that's about 1950s.
Compromise of 1876. The art of compromise. Hold your nose and close your eyes. The compromise of 1877, known as the warmly equivalent or bargain of 1870, was an unwritten deal informally arranged among members of the United States Congress to settle the intensely disputed 1876 presidential election between Republican Rutherford B. Hayes and Democrat Samuel J. Tilden. Russian investigation, 1828. This
Russia-Turkish War.
The Turkish War. Look up the Turkish War. Not read all of that. Light bulb blue.
No, never mind. We're just skipping that.
Pretend that never existed. This gives me absolutely nothing.
It probably would be a nickname.
White House turning off lights. Rooms he thought I entering. Sometimes the surprise of people weren't walking in this room. This earned him the nickname Lightbulb Johnson. Samuel Franklin Pierce train accident. Yeah, his wife saw their 11-year son killed when their train was wrecked. Grief-stricken, Pierce entered the presidentially nervously exhausted. In his inaugural, he proclaimed an era of peace and prosperity at home and vigor in relations with other nations.
That's sad.
Dang. Skill issue. Bootstrap to Montreal. John Wilkes Booth, Montreal. Mysterious Street as a precursor to the 1865. He lived. Okay, so he planned to do it in Montreal, but I guess he didn't want to. Chester A. Arthur was a president. I forgot which president though.
Also 37th.
No, he was the
No.
21st. You were like 16% wrong.
I was close.
Okay, and the last thing we have is Samuel Tilden. He's a former governor of New York. New York.
Angelica.
Work. He's Democrat for Canada for president in the disputed 1876 United States presidential election. Okay, so I hope you guys liked that video, and credits to Mr. Beat for the Franklin Pierce song, because I'm very lazy. Anyway,
Yes.
I have no idea what channel I'm going to post this on, and bye guys.
Adios.
Adios amigo.